Hi everyone, it's Miss Izzy, and today we're going to be creating an ice cream cone with lots of implied texture, or texture that you see. You can't actually feel it. So artists use implied texture all the time to show something soft or jagged or sharp, and we're going to be using implied texture to create these ice cream cones. So what I need you to do is have your paper vertical, and at the bottom of your paper we're going to start. And we're going to create a cone to make sure that the rest is going to be filled with our ice cream scoops. So I'm going to do a waffle cone, and I'm going to create a triangle. Make sure you draw very lightly. And a little curve. And I'm going to create diagonal lines, 3 diagonal lines, one way, and 3 diagonal lines the other way. Some kids want to do a sugar cone. That's fine too. That's when you create 2 vertical lines with the curve, 2 more vertical lines, and then your ice cream with her. Okay? So you could do a sugar cone, a waffle cone. It's totally up to you. Now we're going to start with our first scoop. So we're going to go all the way up. And I want enough room for a cherry. So I'm going to make the letter C. And where my thumb hits, that's going to be where I start. So I'm going to create a curve. And then I'm going to create a few curves here. 1, almost like the letter U. 2, 3, 4, and these are going to end up looking like the jelly SpongeBob. So this is my first one, my second one, and different scoops, you know, you can have some that are very wide, some that are very skinny. They're not going to be all even because I've never seen a massive ice cream scoop that has all perfectly even ice cream. 1, 2. I'm actually going to have this one a little bit more drippy. I'm using my lines to show my texture. And then this bottom one is going to be melting. And I'm actually going to have some of my drips over my cone. So just like our forehead and our hair for the self-portrait, how they overlap, I'm going to have my ice cream, my bottom scoop overlap my cone. So this is where it overlaps, and this is where I'm going to erase my cone. So all that's left are the scoops. Okay. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 scoops. You could have as many as 10 if you did smaller layers, or as little as 2 or 3 if you did bigger scoops. Okay. So now my cherry, and just like my bottom scoop overlapping my cone, I'm going to have my cherry overlap a little bit of my first scoop because I want my cherry to be kind of sitting on my scoop. I have a circle. Erase that curve. Add the top and a little highlight. Okay. Now this is where you can add chocolate sauce, sprinkles. You can even add like candy coming out of your ice cream, depending on what flavor and what you want to do. But the key is that you want to add as much implied texture as possible. So here's my hot fudge. I'm going to add a couple more lines to show that it's dripping down. If you want to add sprinkles, I do the tall, skinny rectangles going in different directions. If you have a different way that you create sprinkles, you can do it your way too. The more texture you add, the better these look. And these they don't have to be all the same size, because the sprinkles, they get broken in the package. They're a little bit wider than others. You can do chocolate chips if you don't want to do sprinkles. When I color these, I'll be doing these in different colors. Now, since I love strawberry ice cream, I'm going to create some bumps within my scoop and have little areas of strawberry coming out. Little triangles here for the seeds. Okay, okay. Maybe you just see the bottom of one, maybe the top. Maybe it was cut in half. Okay. For your bottom scoop, this is going to be really melty, so I'm going to add more curves here. And Nick Novak in Miss Patterson's class, he said that he likes to bite the end off of the cone and let some of the melted ice cream drip out. If you want to do that, you can add a jagged line and erase some of the bottom piece. I do that too sometimes. And you can have some of the ice cream actually coming out that way. So that was a good suggestion. Have some drips. Maybe it's a really hot day. I'm gonna add some cookies in my ice cream. Chocolate chip cookies. We can add M&Ms. Whatever you want to add, you can add. You can add like potato chips if you want. There's no wrong way to do this. It's just all about texture. Like the roughly line and the chips. So once you have the ice cream cone that you want with tons of implied texture, then you want to think about what's going to be holding your ice cream. So right now it's just floating in space. You can either have a stand where the ice cream is kind of being propped on. You can do a hand holding the ice cream. You can have hands reaching out for the ice cream. And I actually like that idea of reaching out, trying to grab the ice cream. So my hands are going to be overlapping this part of the cone and some of my ice cream. And I'm actually just going to trace my hand. My fingers are going to be pretty big, which is good because my fingers will be the closest thing in my picture. So there's always a little element of perspective too. Once I trace that, I'm going to erase. And then I'm going to add the details like my fingernails. This picture is all about texture. The little like wrinkly part of the hands, the knuckles. If you have freckles, you can add that. For the other side, you can have someone help you. You try to do it yourself, which is really hard for me for my non-dominant hand. Sometimes when you come to your non-dominant hand, it's a lot harder, and you may make something big. My finger is definitely not this big, but it's a lot harder to draw that way, so I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller. Okay. And then for your background, you can either be in an ice cream shop or you can be outside. For this one, I'm going to be outside. It's a nice sunny day, and someone is reaching for the ice cream. And if the sun's here, maybe I can create a few more lines showing that it's really melting on this side, because this side's much closer to the sun. Add some grass in the background, using these kind of jagged edges to show the grass. So this is a pencil drawing full of implied texture. And for my next video that I'll upload, I'll show you how to color these and how to add value to make this drawing look even more real and full of texture. That's how you create an ice cream cone with implied texture. Thanks for watching.